All right, it's time for interlaced band stitch. Please go ahead and use backstitch to outline the top and sides of your popsicle. And then join me. I am using 3-ply to do this. And if you want, you could do your outline in a different color than your interlacing stitches. I'm just using the same color to make my little orange creamsicle here. So I am coming up underneath that first stitch, kind of like what we did over here. And so we're going to be bouncing back and forth from side to side, doing kind of a loop-de-loo in the middle. So instead of going straight across, I'm going to come up one. So I'm going to go up the second, or I guess not up, I'm going under the second stitch on the left, and then back under left to right, the first stitch on the left, and crossing over to the second stitch on the right. Whew. This is one where it's way better to just watch and just not listen to me at all. Okay. Then I repeat what I just did. So I'm going to go down and go from right to left under that first stitch on the right, going from left to right on the third stitch on the left, like so, and then going back down through the second stitch on the left. Yeah, I'm just going to mess it up. So watch what I do, because I'm afraid I'm just going to say the wrong thing and make it more complicated. But you can see I am keeping my thread pretty loose, actually probably a little too loose. So I'm going to come and tighten this a bit, just a tiny bit, as I continue. And when I do it, I go under, when I'm in the center, I'm going under the previous thread. You can also go over, just keep it consistent. I struggle on the left side because I'm definitely right-handed. I feel like this one's laying funny, but I'm going to let it go. So obviously we have some of the background showing. If you do not like that, you could always do like a layer of satin stitch underneath and do this fun interlacing on top. That would look super cute. You could, I wonder if you could fill with this. It'd be tricky. I mean, if you move up to more strands, like I'm using 3, if you use like 6 and also made your original back stitches smaller, you're gonna get better coverage. Let's see, I might be stuck. I wasn't quite sure what would happen once we got to this top, because eventually my 2 sides converge. This is probably my last stitch, and of course it's on the left, so it's very awkward. Okay, so I'm going under. I went under this. Oh my goodness. I'm going under my back stitch, under the floss that went through the center, and I'm going to come. Oh, no. This is very challenging on the left. Okay, I'm coming up because I don't really have anywhere to go. I mean, I guess, okay, technically this, I could come up here, right? This would be the next back stitch on the right. And then we could probably just tuck our floss down here. That way we have that kind of little, this bump that we get goes all the way around. So one thing we are missing is we have this like hole here, right? So I was going to just try to fill it in with some straight stitches that kind of mimic the pattern we have going. So, oh, my eyes are arguing with this. All right, so there would be like a bump here, right, from this one. Is that right? Yeah, because this is where we came out. So let me see what happens if I just try to fake a bump that would be coming out. And then it doesn't really work. Let me think about this. All right, the best I could come up with was just a straight stitch. Sorry, that was very anticlimactic. I have it like starting and then wrapping around, if that makes sense. So I came up kind of inside, wove under the back stitch, and then wove under the back stitch, and then finished in front of the back stitch to kind of give it another little bumpy bump. But you can do whatever floats your boat there if you don't like that. And then let's see, if you want to fill in your popsicle stick, go for it. I'm just going to use like this boring color. That's what I used for my hat. I think I'm just going to do a couple of satin stitches here. This is 3-ply, but probably should have gone with a little bit thinner. But it'll be fine. I was too lazy to change what I had. All right, that is it. I think I do feel like I need another. I think I need another stitch here. So I have guidelines showing, and my popsicle and my stick aren't touching. Something like that. I don't know. I'll think about it. See if I can think of anything else. Obviously, if you do the satin stitch underneath it and then this on top, you're not going to have that problem at all. But or maybe you just do like an outline for the popsicle stick so that it kind of more matches the lacy look of the popsicle. So that's it. Have fun.